Why is Clutch important? Well, if you Google mobile app development firms, like most of your clients are, you get this box from Clutch. Dom and Tom's on here, one of our clients. A couple of other clients are on this list right here, actually. And if you scroll down, Clutch is also all over this page. Clutch.co is one of the most profitable and highest traffic sites that I've found for driving leads for mobile app development and web development companies. In this video, I want to break down what makes a good Clutch profile. I also want to review the top 5 Clutch profiles by traffic sent to their site, figure out some tips, some takeaways, and leave you with a plan for how you can improve and start your own Clutch profile so that you can start getting a lot of leads from this site too. I'm Alex Berman from Experiment 27, and this is Agency Marketing Teardowns. One thing that I'll preface this video with is if you really want to get to the top of Clutch, you're going to need a sponsor. Dom and Tom right now, you can see they're a sponsor. They're at the very top. Tech Ahead sponsor, Scion sponsor. And as you scroll down, you'll see this entire page is taken up with sponsors. So the first thing the user sees on Clutch are going to be all the sponsored apps, almost the entire first page. So if you really want to get on the first page for mobile application developers, you're going to have to pay them for a sponsorship. That said, there is a ranking called Clutch Rank, which we can try to get on without paying for sponsorship. So if you go over to SimilarWeb, you can see that Clutch gets about 300,000 pieces of traffic a month for these qualified keywords. It also looks like it's dipping down a little bit, which is why I always recommend, one channel is not the best, but still our clients see an average of 50 leads if you're able to get to the top of Clutch. Most of the traffic's American, which is great. A lot of Indian traffic as well. But what I wanted to show you is top destination sites. So these are the sites from July 2016 that saw the most traffic from Clutch. These 5: Business, Apps, Grow Mode, Blue Fountain Media, Appster HQ, and Big Drop Inc. So let's jump into all 5 of these profiles and see what they have in common. So the first one is Business Apps. It is a software as a service tool for building applications. So it's a little bit outside of our realm and not an agency. But if this is really getting the most traffic from Clutch, it's probably worth getting your SaaS app on here. The other one is this agency called Grow Mode, which has no reviews, very short profile, and I actually can't find it on Clutch itself. If you go to the marketing companies on Clutch, Grow Mode isn't anywhere on here. So I'm thinking either this is bot traffic or a bug, so we'll throw out Grow Mode. Blue Fountain Media is known in the app development industry as having the most effective marketing of any company. If you go to any directory, Blue Fountain Media, there's a good chance it's going to be up at the top. They do this by paying for a lot of sponsorships and having a heavy focus on SEO. So their results are very hard to copy in most cases, mostly because they pay for them. So unless you have a lot of revenue, it's hard to copy. But they're a sponsor. Anyone could really become a sponsor here. So that's worth noting. And then we will look over Blue Fountain Media. The other one I wanted to look over is Appster, which is top for mobile app development and San Francisco app development, and Big Drop, which is e-commerce developers, web designers, and New York web designers. So the thing I wanted to point out that is most important for ranking on Clutch across all these profiles is that they all have a great number of reviews. They all have over 10. Having at least 10 reviews is going to be super important for getting your profile ranked as high as possible. The other thing that is doable here is I also recommend adding at least 1 review a month, being in touch with your account manager, getting them to constantly interview your clients in order to add more reviews to the site. Clutch ranks based on activity as much as it does the quality of your reviews themselves. So quantity and actually having them submit every month or even every 2 weeks will help your Clutch profile jump up. The other thing to point out about all these top profiles is they all have over a 4.7 rating, and all the agencies have over a 4.8 rating. So all the reviews that they're submitting are clients that are saying good things about them. So that's also something to consider. Don't send bad reviews over just to get a higher number of reviews. It's better to go out, work for even more clients, and get them to say good things about you before you do this Clutch outreach. The other thing I wanted to cover is focus, so the percentages you put into each one. If you look at Blue Fountain, Appster, and Big Drop, I'll get rid of business because it's more of a software as a service company. You'll see wildly different focuses here. So Big Drop has a lot of different industry focuses, 30% in advertising, 20% in automotive. Appster doesn't even have industry focus, and Blue Fountain Media has 30% in advertising and 20% in education. So what we can learn from here is industry focus. If you have it, you should put at least 30% in something to help drive, to help you rank on that specific page. But the thing that I really wanted to point out is when it comes to industry focus, having something over 50% seems to drive the lever in terms of how much traffic is generated by a lot. So for instance, Big Drop has 80% in WordPress. They do almost all WordPress work. Appster has 55% in mobile app development and 50% in iOS over all the other platforms. And then Blue Fountain Media has 50% in WordPress, 50% in Drupal. So these big percentages really move the needle when it comes to industry focus. The other thing that I wanted to point to is hourly rate and employee size. So all three of these companies have hourly rates over $50, but they also have wildly varying hourly rates. So I would say it doesn't really matter. As long as you're under $200, you should be fine on Clutch. The other thing that doesn't matter is offices. So these guys have an office in New York, and these guys have an office in New York, while Appster has an office in SF, Melbourne, New York, and India. Benefit of adding offices, when we were doing a Clutch review for Dom and Tom, we added an office in LA, and that actually worked very well for SEO. So that's the one reason I think Appster might be doing these multiple offices. It also helps you rank on multiple pages. So for instance, these guys are San Francisco app developers rather than being India app developers because they have a San Francisco office. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the profiles. So talking about your agency and giving yourself enough space and enough room to do that is important in Clutch. The other thing to notice is all of these descriptions are over the fold. So if you scroll up, this, even Appster's, which touches the bottom of the screen, is still technically above the fold. So if you can write your description in a way that explains everything and then pushes up against the fold of the site, that seems to do a lot as well. Key clients are the exception to that, as they almost always run down the page. So tips for you. What can you do to improve your Clutch profile? 1 is get on Clutch if you're not there already. 2 is email your account manager today with another client review. Add a weekly to-do or a monthly to-do to send a new review over. Also, send a bunch at once until you reach that minimum of 10 reviews. Change your frameworks and CMS or your service line focus to have one thing over 50%. Rewrite your description so that it all reads above the fold. And the other thing that I've found works is logging into the back end of Clutch and making one small change at least once a week so it looks like your profile is being constantly updated on their back end. So for this one, I'll change we accept only a couple concurrent clients at a time to we only accept a couple concurrent projects at a time, and hit save. And now this should move up a little bit on the page. So that's the Clutch video. I know a lot of you were wondering about that, so that's how you rank higher in Clutch. Get to it. If you have any questions about mobile app development, marketing for agencies, check out experiment27.co or leave a comment below with any questions you have. Hit the like button to encourage this type of content in the future, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more B2B content. I'm Alex Berman from Experiment 27. Talk to you later.